2025 is finally over, and I wanted to take a few minutes to talk about some of my highlights, most of which were possible because of you. Corny, but I'm going to keep that in. This channel has grown significantly over the past year, and I am eternally grateful. I am a stat nerd, so I'll share some stats with you, but before I do that, as a way to thank you, I just wanted to announce that I have made my 2026 astrophotography calendar a digital version free for download for everyone. The inspiration for this is the old NASA APOD calendars. I used to print them and put them on my walls whenever they were available. To download my calendar, you can either head to Patreon or on Buy Me a Coffee. You don't need to pay, you don't need to sign up. These are publicly available. And the only reason I put them there is because, again, as being a stat nerd, I get some stats on how many people are viewing and downloading these links, and I'm just curious. Paid supporters have had access to these calendars for the last few days. And while we're on that topic, a huge thanks to all of my supporters on Patreon, Buy Me a Coffee, and on YouTube. I had all these platforms set up for years, but I only started pushing them earlier in 2025. And it is amazing to see almost 70 names on that list from this past year. And I am really grateful for every single one of you. Going back to the channel stats, this channel received more than 750,000 total views, which is amazing. Have gained over 5,600 new subscribers, and people have watched almost 43,000 hours of my videos, which is an amazing number. I also uploaded 53 long-form videos along with 16 shorts, a few of which were members only, and I did 22 different live streams this year alone, which is great. One of those live stream sessions was actually the International Observe the Moon Night Star Party, where hundreds of people tuned in online and hundreds more were in person, which was really cool. I hope to do that again, but the logistics of all of that, making sure my internet works out in the field, was a little crazy. I did most of it just on the field. It was a really fun experience, and people showed up. I got a couple of new subscribers from that live stream. Lots of people asked questions about the telescopes we were using. I caught a bunch of conversations in the stream itself. So it's an experience I want to do again. And if you are in the Cambridge, Boston area and you want to be on something like that, be sure to subscribe and stay tuned for news about those kinds of events. While we're on the topic of outreach, along with my local astronomy club, the Amateur Telescope Makers of Boston, I also started partnering with an organization called #PopScope, and also a local group of astronomy sidewalk enthusiasts where we just started setting up on sidewalks and showing people stuff in the sky. I've done a lot of that by myself for 14 years now, so it's great to have other people who are willing to go out with me. I participated in 13 different outreach sessions. A few of them were just me alone. A bunch of them were with my astronomy club, and a whole bunch of them were with PopScope and my local sidewalk astronomy group, and every single one of them were fun. I also did 4 different talks on astronomy and astrophotography, my absolute favorite being the one at the Boston Museum of Science during school vacation week, and I absolutely loved it, especially when kids started asking questions about the photos they saw. They came up to me later on. It was just great conversations, and I hope to get a chance to do that again. I am totally an introvert, except when it comes to Astro. It's kind of weird, but I guess that's just how I was built. Do any of you feel that way? I've done a lot of astrophotography this year, cloudy skies and all, and I thought about it a lot, and I thought I would share my top 3 objects with you, or top 3 favorite images with you of 2025. And after a lot of thought, I think I'm going to rank my picture of the total lunar eclipse back in March as my number 1. It was an adventure. My friend Ted and I drove up to Vermont to a relatively dark site, a Boreal 3 site, and I was able to get this time lapse of the total lunar eclipse. This was probably my 10th or so total lunar eclipse of my life, but this was the first time I've actually done it from a relatively dark site. Usually it's from New York City or Boston, where it's just, the moon goes red and that's all you can see. But seeing the moon go red and all of the stars just pop out just blew my mind. It's still etched into my brain, and I want to relive that experience or recreate it as soon as possible. It's not as good as a total solar eclipse feeling, but it's way up there, and I would recommend anyone, if you have a chance to go to a darker locations to see a blood moon, do it. It's just mind-blowing. Huge thanks to my buddy Ted, who actually drove me up there and drove me back, because I did not sleep the day before. I was just nervous with all the clouds and all the forecasts, knowing I'd have to go somewhere, and just all the excitement. I didn't sleep, so he drove me back and let me sleep in the car, which was great, and I survived the drive back. I would not have otherwise, so thanks, Ted. My second favorite object is probably this, the Dark Shark Nebula. Coincidentally, it was taken from the same place as the total lunar eclipse. My friend George graciously invited us up both in March and August, and I was able to get this shot in August. He has an amazing yard, and I need to find a way to get an observatory up there. Thanks, George. My third favorite image is probably this of the Helix Nebula. Now, this is not the best shot, and it's only 72 minutes worth of data, but I've been after this object for almost a decade, and it's just so low to the ground. It's really hard finding southern skies with that low of a horizon. And I'm, again, thankful for George because he has a yard where I was able to see this for about 90 minutes. I only got 72 minutes worth of data, and it's something I've been after for a long time, and I'm just really happy that I was able to get it. I hope I get a chance to do that again in 2026 to add more data to this and just do some more processing on this. Now, I don't know if it'll happen, but if I can travel farther south where I can see the Helix Nebula a little bit longer than 90 minutes over the horizon, that would also be really fun in 2026. A lot more has happened this year, both good and bad, but I want to focus on the positive, and I want to say that I am eternally grateful for my family, especially my wife, who has infinite patience for me because I can really space out when it comes to astronomy and astrophotography and making videos on this channel, and she puts up with it, and she is just an amazing person. And my son, who is now 2.5 years old, he is so fun. He helps me out set up my Astro gear whenever he can. It's really fun to see him recognize telescopes. The word telescope was one of the first words I taught him. It's a great feeling still, and it's a highlight of being a father. Along with my family, I am really grateful for the small community we've been building on this channel and on my Discord server. We have almost 600 people as of this video, and it's been amazing to see so many people go from beginners who just started with their first telescope or didn't even get their first telescope and becoming almost experts. I see these conversations happening, and a lot of the times now I try and step back and not give my input and let the people talking cook, and it's been really beautiful to see. So if you'd like to join the little community, invite link to the Discord in the description, so I would love to see you there. And while we're on the topic of Discords, on New Year's Eve on December 30th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, I'll be hosting a live stream hangout where you can join a stage event on Discord. Maybe come online for a minute or two and share your favorite astrophoto, talk about your favorite experience, whatever you'd like to share to end the current year and enter the new year. It'll be live streamed on Discord and on YouTube. You can also just stick around in the chat in either platforms, and we'd love to have you. The event link is in the description if you'd like more information, and I'll also post it in a sticky comment in the comment section. I'm looking forward to 2026, and I would like to tap you for some help. I would love to pick your brain. I would love to know what you'd like to see more from me from this channel in 2026, what you'd like to see less of, just anything on your mind. I love feedback. I love constructive criticism, so just lay it on me. I have many ideas for this channel myself, but I think I have more ideas than time. Sometimes I think living on Mars would have been easier. They have 25 hours in the day. I would have more daylight to do stuff. I know that's not how things work, but it's just something I like thinking about from time to time. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I am wishing you clear skies, a lot of clear skies in 2026, and a very, very happy new year.